The holidays can be hectic, but preparing festive meals just got easier. Now you can cut out grocery shopping and limit meal prep time with HelloFresh. Get up to 14 free meals plus 3 free gifts with code FACE14 at HelloFresh.com/FACE14. That is HelloFresh.com/FACE14. Hello and welcome to episode 78 of the Face Podcast. My name is Geoff Ramsey. My audio sounds good according to Nick. We had to do some tests earlier because I had some weird device manager problems. Thanks, Nick. With me as always, Andrew Panton and Gavin Free. This episode and the next one, because we're doing back-to-backs, are going to be a little weird, and I'll tell you why. We didn't record last week. Whenever we skip a week, the notes pile up.
Yeah,
I have more notes in my phone, I think, than I've ever had. I went through them last night with Emily, and she was like, holy shit. I thought you were kidding. That is way too much to talk about. And some stuff is time sensitive, so it's slipping away. But on top of that, the degree of difficulty, Andrew, I don't know if you want to talk about it. We couldn't film last week because you were ill. You're feeling better now. I, however, am not feeling great.
Oh, no.
Well, it's not, I'm not sick. It's that I have a colonoscopy tomorrow scheduled, and I'm in the middle of colonoscopy prep, so I haven't eaten in a couple of days, and I'm living off of I'm living off of white Gatorade and water. Right?
Is that why you weren't at the office earlier?
Yeah, I couldn't. I was gonna come in and record with y'all, play a video game with y'all. But I got to drink a bunch of weird shit, Nick. I'm in the middle of drinking the weird shit. But at that specific time, this is the other reason why it's going to be interesting. I don't think I've gone 15 minutes without shitting my brains out today.
Really?
So I tried to my damnedest to like explode everything I could out of me before the recording. But I might have to leave for a little bit to shoot water violently out of my asshole.
I will.
At some point.
There's one podcast that is established recording in a bathroom, you've already done this. This would be a round 2 for you.
I don't know how to get the mic in there, but god damn, dude. I woke up at about 3 this morning, ran to the bathroom, and I don't think I left until 5:30.
If you cut the sides off of it, is a porta potty really the worst desk chair? I think that there's a world in which that could work.
Cut the side off.
Yeah, well, because you don't want to be in you're like boxed in. It's like a phone booth if you got the whole thing. So if you cut the sides off and it's like a throne at that point, you just slide the chair in.
Why not just cut it in half, like horizontally?
What do you mean cut it in half? Well, how's that different than what I'm saying?
Well, with the sides off, you still got a roof over it.
Well, no, if you cut the sides, then there's clearly no roof. What is supporting the roof if there are no sides, Gavin? That was sort of an assumed. You wouldn't, do I leave the back up? That's actually a great question. I kind of like there's a little bit of a sun. You got a back. You want the back. I don't know. I think it would depend on the porta potty, right? If your back rests against the back wall or not.
I think it's too big for any desk.
You think so? I think I could fit a porta potty in here. And well, no, that's
in
not
the room
true at all.
You can even get it through the door.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, getting it up the stairs would be the bigger issue. I think I could get it in the room. We'd have to get a lift of some kind to like bring it up to my level, and then we would be okay, I think.
Do you think it would hit the ceiling?
Oh, no, I got really tall ceilings. I got so much space going up. I'm good. We don't really utilize ceiling space either. Like, what should I feel like it's dead space now that you bring it up.
You were telling me last night that we also waste door frames.
Yeah.
The door frame doesn't do enough.
It's true. There is not enough. Door frames just exist. I'd love your opinion on this, Geoff. When have you ever seen a door frame be utilized for anything outside of it being a door frame? Throw a light in that.
Throw a light in the frame?
Yeah, why not?
Well, you want it to be like a status thing, like a progress thing.
I did a pull-up bar. Eric just said pull-up bar. That's a great call. It's a good use for a door frame. Or the Halo ranking system. I was just saying it would be cool to have a visual indicator of the bar. And I figured, like, the door frame isn't being used at all, and it's like where you measure as a child.
We've been playing so much Halo Infinite. We've been watching our little rank bars go up, and Andrew was just like, wouldn't this be great if instead of on here, it was on my door frame? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he was equating it to, like, when a kid gets taller and you measure the height on the wall.
It's well, because Gavin said I'm going up a bit, and I thought of like, oh, as a kid, like it was exciting when you'd go up a new notch, and they put a new notch in the door frame. If you could have like a physical bar of light that showed your progress, it would be so great up and down, just like the nerves every time you go up. You go to use the bathroom, you're looking at that fucking bar like, oh, fuck, I need to. Next game's a big one.
Even though we haven't recorded in 2 weeks, Andrew and I have been spending a lot of time together playing a little bit of Halo Infinite.
Oh, that's cool. You guys
Geoff,
enjoying it?
you haven't joined us.
I haven't been invited.
Oh.
Yeah. That's how that dies. When you don't invite me, I don't join. Yeah. Not a big mystery on that one, guys.
Yeah, but everyone's just on. Everyone's just playing.
I'm on playing Halo. I've played a bunch. Nobody's
What
invited
rank are
me.
you?
I'm only rank 1.
Yeah, rank 1?
Yeah.
Of what?
Halo?
Halo rank 1. Do you remember in Halo 2, Geoff, how they had like symbols as the rank? We were talking about that. How like it was visually cool, but like you'd encounter somebody who was the fucking moon. Like it would move on from numbers at a certain point. It was just nonsensical.
Vaguely, yeah. I remember the Halo Reach ranking better than any of the other ones, I think.
What was that? That was just the military?
Yeah, I was just really...
Yeah.
It was very similar to actual military rank in a fun way for me. So I remember like trying to level just because I don't know, it was fun.
Yeah. I've found, I don't know if you've done the rank games in Halo Infinite, but I've enjoyed it a lot more since becoming ranked and like really focusing in on that. I'd recommend you put time.
I have only played quick games, like quick play, whatever it is.
You should do ranked. It's a lot of fun.
Okay, I'll consider it.
We had a great comment from a comment leaver recently that I saw, because last week we were trying to discuss what someone who listens and doesn't leave a comment is called. And
yeah.
Geoff was saying like unleavers and stuff. There's someone in a comment whose name is Youre, right? Suggested regulation listeners.
I'm so glad you brought that up,
I love
Gavin.
that.
I think that's great.
I saw that as well on Twitter, and I thought that is fucking perfect. Regulation listeners and comment leavers. I thank you for bringing that up. That I completely and totally agree.
Regulation.
There we go.
Yeah, I think we're set. I think I don't even remember
Comment
there being much of a
leavers.
debate.
And regulation listeners.
There you go.
Should we just sell both of those as an individual shirt and you can buy which one that you are?
I really want to leave a comment, but I don't want to have to buy the shirt because I've already bought the regulation listener. It's a real problem.
Maybe we could have like a trade-in program.
Yeah.
Let me leave your first comment.
Guys, I'm fucking out of it. I'm sorry. I'm trying
That's
so
okay.
I'm so hungry and I'm so tired.
We should have done this on a different day, probably.
We kind of ran out of days. It's my
kind of
fault.
ran out of
I'll
days.
take. You know what? I have multiple things I want to apologize for because we haven't recorded since the Cosmic Crisp review. I was came in a little hot. I was sick at that time, didn't realize it. I thought just bad sleep. I want to issue a formal apology to everybody.
Oh,
I don't think it was a trap. I appreciate it. I think you guys. I think the apple fell against. How do I not turn my apology into an insult?
that's a great question.
I don't think there's a great. I don't think the room was filled. Nick seemed very Apple qualified. I think the rest of the people in the process of the review seemed a little less Apple qualified. Not their favorite fruit. Kind of a strange. It would be like if I reviewed a banana. But not to that extreme.
What are we qualified at?
I would find as a regulation human, I assume, I would find your banana review to be just as valid as anyone else's. I may not agree with your answer or results or your opinion, but I think the review is valid. I think
we don't want an echo chamber.
All regulation humans should have equal review say.
It's fair, but it's just I don't know if you're specializing in a specific thing for the majority of people to think that it can only be average at best. I feel like puts a ceiling on the extent of that review. Also, just the opinion of that person. If that makes sense. Like, it's not a special... Nobody here... I include myself. I'm not an Apple expert. I enjoy apples. The main point I wanted to apologize for is I said it was a trap. I said to you guys it felt like a prank. You guys didn't fail. It was Cosmic Crisp. They failed. They failed me. I reached out. I sent messages. No replies. I tried my best to get their product. It is not your guys' fault that I was not able to secure one. It's Cosmic Crisp's fault. So I apologize for the heat. I apologize for the declaration of revenge.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, then let me apologize, Andrew, for something real fast. Because since that moment, I do. I'm on the Cameo, and I do some cameos from time to time. And since that moment, every Canadian cameo I've gotten, of which there have been, it's been a week, so there have probably been 6 or 7. I have potentially turned those cameos into questions about how the fuck apples work in Canada and why you weren't able to get one, and asking them if they could get Cosmic Crisps. And so far, nobody's gotten back to me. I kind of turned it around on them and made them all put them to work. But I did maybe get a little spicy talking about your inability to get an apple to other Canadians. So I apologize for that.
Okay.
Did you eventually get one, Andrew?
No, I still haven't got one. I'm still looking. I'm on them. I'm trying. I'm putting out feelers. I'm going on websites.
Gav, imagine being a guy who loves apples. Consider not an expert, but certainly an apple enthusiast who lives without a doubt, who lives in a country where apples aren't readily available. That's got to be a hard life for you.
I got a lot of apples. I just don't got the Cosmic Crisp. I'm eating a Fuji right now. I got a Fuji on my desk. I got a Mandarin orange on my desk.
Ooh. Is that from your private favorite apples list that you won't share with us?
You know what? I'm not saying it's on the list, but we're dabbling a little bit.
If he's eating it at home, that's got to be top 3.
Oh, Eric and Nick are they're taking that as confirmation.
There is very few apples I would refuse to just eat, or that I wouldn't buy. If I see an apple, if I'm walking by, I'll grab that apple. I'll grab it. If it's in a bag, I'll take it with me. I don't think there's any value to assuming that because I have it in my house means it is a top apple for me. There's a lot of good apples.
I don't understand why you would buy as such an enthusiast with such a refined apple palate. I don't know why you would buy a non-top apple. Why would you own a non-top apple in your house?
Because if I'm just going by the fruit section, I maybe don't want to go into the heart of the jungle, Geoff. I maybe am on the perimeter, and I'm like, you know what? Fuji isn't bad. I'll grab a Fuji. It's in a bag. Grab this bag of Fujis.
So is this a situation where you can only buy apples on end caps?
It is not restricted to that. But yeah, sometimes, we've talked about before of not going down the aisle, just purchasing on the perimeter, on the edges of it. Sometimes you don't want to go into the heart of the fruit section. It's big. It's a vast section of, you can get lost. They got organic products. Next thing you know, you got a whole fucking shopping cart of apples. You don't need that.
I would love to see you get lost in a fruit section.
When I bought bananas, as I said, I felt very lost. I felt very confused. I didn't know if I needed a bag. I didn't know if I needed to write stuff down. There's a code to certain fruits that I am not aware of.
Boy, we got dinged on codes. We made that dumb joke about how we had the serial numbers from the stickers on the apple.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a PLU code. It says it on it. We were just being silly. And that one angered a few people who work at grocery stores for some reason.
No, it's the batch. It was the batch number.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It was fun. I enjoyed doing that supplemental review as much as it didn't sound like I did at the time. I had a great time.
And that's a little something for the audience if you're not aware. If you somehow missed it, we dropped when the apple dropped a couple days after the Cosmic Crisp dropped. We dropped our review of it via the usual means, the podcasting platforms and whatnot, and the YouTube. But we didn't announce it ahead of time or anything. We just threw it out there, and it's not a full episode. It was just meant to be a review. Very angry, Andrew. Very interesting. I thought it was a little different and a lot of fun, and I hope we do more stuff like that in the future.
The one criticism of the thing, it was very different. It felt being able to see made a big difference for me. I think that's why, beyond being sick, I think that influenced my anger. Hearing you guys do a box opening and not being able to see the box or review the thing was complicated.
But you were angry after you were watching us.
No, I was angry just in general, but it really, for you guys to be like, oh, it's a box filled with apples, and me just looking at a fucking Discord screen of nothing.
Well, that's how the audience feels.
Yeah, but the audience isn't supposed to fucking comment on the box. They're not adding to the recording.
Oh, they comment constantly, buddy.
Oh, they do. We do have a comment leave section, but you don't listen to a piece of audio expecting your comment to then impact the show that is currently happening.
Sure. I'll give you that.
There's a difference. I was supposed to be able to react to a thing. But I will say, apple's great. I become a really big frozen raspberries guy. I love a frozen raspberry. I think we've talked about it before.
Yeah, you
Apple's
mentioned
fantastic. That. Yeah, I have. I should take a photo. Well, no, I'm not just. Well, I'm kind of doing both. I get a glass of water, pour it in the. Well, no, I get a glass first, empty glass. Gotta fill it with raspberries. I fill like half the glass with frozen raspberries. Then you put the water in. It's great. It's like ice. You snack on it. It's delicious. I will take a photo.
Oh wait, that's
it's fantastic.
it. That's it. All steps.
Dad, listen. We like a simple recipe, Gavin. You just get some frozen raspberries and throw it in a glass.
And that to you is better than a room temperature normal raspberry.
Absolutely.
I think he realized his 2-step process was too short, so he added another step, and that was get a glass that's empty.
No.
Get a glass of water. The glass starts as empty. Step one.
You know what happened there? I'll give you the fucking honest truth of where my brain went. I thought about bathtubs, okay? And when I get in the tub, I sit in an empty tub first, then I put the water in. I don't put the water in first. You gotta put the raspberries in because you need to have enough raspberries. If you put the water in first, you're limiting the amount of raspberries you can put into the glass.
Well, what's stopping you from killing 3 birds with 1 stone? Take a bath, throw a bag of frozen raspberries in, and snack away.
Yeah.
Nah, that's gross. That's
think of it like it's almost like water. Romantic, like rose petals, but you can
about it. It's terrible. You fucking I'd vomit everywhere.
What do you mean? You keep your muffins on the bog seat.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I put them in a bowl, and I can't wait for you to visit here at one point, and you're gonna sit in an empty tub, and you're gonna be like, you know what? That's a fucking convenient table right there. That is perfectly level.
I don't see how putting your headset on the crust zone of a toilet is cleaner than eating raspberries from water.
Dude, no, water that you're in is the big change.
Well,
you're like water.
Have a shower first, then hop in.
No, there's too many steps. What am I showering? Is that step 4? Step 5? You just throw them in a glass. Throw them in a glass, add water to the glass, get a spoon.
What?
What are you talking about?
I don't fucking know. It sounds like you're making raspberry.
You're countering that to my experience of having the raspberries in a glass. You're saying that is a better, that would be the better move. And I'm saying there's too many steps.
It's the biggest glass you could ask for.
Yeah, I would like to point out that Eric, I think very astutely wrote, the raspberries are Andrew and the cup is the bathtub.
Yeah, it's terrible. Nobody wants that. That's awful.
So, the raspberries probably don't want to be in the cup then, if you don't want to be in the bathtub.
I really do not care about the feelings of the raspberries. The raspberries considerations are at the bottom of my list.
Here's what I see. I see turn the lights off, light some candles, play some soft music, maybe one of your favorite football team fight songs. Then you sprinkle some raspberry, whatever you're listening to at the moment, state songs, whatever it is. Then you sprinkle some raspberries, dip into the tub, and just relax. And then occasionally, when the mood strikes, just reach your little hand out, pluck a raspberry out of the water. Yum. Andrew's taking himself on a date.
I don't know. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of that. That seems gross. It seems disgusting.
I'm fascinated by the line you draw between what's acceptable and what is gross. Because I feel like for me, it's a nice straight line between all the normal gross shit and all the usual stuff. Yours is a bit of a wiggly one. It sort of goes around into gross as acceptable and back out. And this is apparently...
there are certain things that enter into just the purely gross category that you'd never do. And then there are things where at the time, it's easy for me to say now, I would not do that thing.
I lost him.
Yeah, he's gone. I just heard, dang. And then he went into the distance.
He drifted away.
Yeah, he went down the drain of the bathtub.
Oh, Eric, I'm
Jeff,
sorry.
have you shot
Today's the day, buddy.
Now's the time to go shit.
No, I'm okay at the moment.
Are you sure you don't want to push one out?
No, there's no push it out. Oh my God, it's more like just trying to hold it in. There's no pushing. It's just
that was only on the day I shit my pants 6 times. It was just water.
I mean, it is literally, if I recorded it, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference from me peeing and shitting.
Wait, did I vanish?
Yeah, you've been gone for a while.
Oh, I did a whole thing.
Oh, you should have done it for us. We would have loved it.
I thought everyone was listening. Where did I leave off? I said Geoff is a shell of a man. And then there was no response, and I realized that...
I don't even think I heard that part.
Yeah.
No, we didn't hear, but you've been gone for about 45 seconds, probably.
I did a whole fucking monologue about this thing, and it was silent, and I was like, I don't know if this is going really well, or if you guys are just listening. I don't know how to feel about this. And then there was silence after I kind of threw a shot at Geoff. No response. I was like, oh, something is clearly broken. And I came back to fucking Geoff talking about shitting, which, funny enough, is where I was leading anyway.
Oh.
So it synced up. I was very confused.
Well, do you want to go back and insult me where we can all hear it?
I was just saying that I think the gross line, it can change based off of where you're at. If you're exhausted, you're having a bad day, maybe what would seem gross in an ideal scenario is acceptable at that time.
I see.
That was sort of
Are you saying that you think that, like, potentially my view of the grossness of your raspberry romance bath is being affected by this my current situation? Like, if I was like a healthy, happy Geoff, I might
Yes.
find it a little grosser.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Where Geoff is like, you're not 100% right now.
I'm not.
Maybe
even
there's
like,
a thing. What percent are you?
So I came in thinking I was at like 85%. I felt pretty good about it, and then y'all got me immediately. And I realized I wasn't at 80%. I was at more like 40. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. The best way to think about therapy is through analogies. It's okay. I know that sounds like school stuff, smarts guy stuff, but it's not. Let me explain. We get our oil changed for our car to prevent bigger issues down the road. I don't know if you've ever had an engine seize up, but I have in an old pickup truck, piston seized. And that was like a $1,200 issue that $1.98 in oil would have fixed. We see the doctor and we go to the gym to take care of our bodies to prevent injury and disease as well. We do these things regularly to stay healthy, stay ahead of the curve, and to keep moving forward. Going to therapy is like all of that too. It's routine maintenance for your mental and emotional wellness to prevent bigger issues down the road. And BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It is much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can start communicating with your therapist in under 48 hours. So why invest in everything else in your life but not your mind? This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. And Face listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/face. That's BetterHelp.com/face. Hey, Face listeners, are you ready for Christmas? Holidays are approaching. You're going to need to have gifts on the ready to give people. Why not take Raycon earbuds for a spin? Raycon wireless earbuds have seamless Bluetooth pairing and comfortable noise isolating fit. You can start listening right away and keep listening for hours because they have a fantastic battery life. The audio quality is amazing. It's comparable to what you get from other premium brands, except Raycon starts at half the price. The new everyday buds come with 3 new sound profiles just to make sure that everything you're listening to is at its best with just the right amount of bass or treble or what have you. There's a pure mode, there's a balanced mode, and of course, boom, it's all about that bass mode. Raycon offers 8 hours of playtime and an insane 32-hour battery life. So go to buyraycon.com/face today to unlock exclusive deals for up to 20% off your Raycon order. But hurry, this offer is available for a limited time only, and you don't want to miss it. That's buyraycon.com/face. That was fun to say. Let's do it again. That's buyraycon.com/face. Buyraycon.com/face to unlock up to 20% off your Raycons. Buyraycon.com/face. Buyraycon.com/face.
Can I tell you a story of pain and misery that might bring you up a little bit?
Please.
My pain, my suffering. I'm laying in bed last night. Gavin and I played Halo. I'm crawling into bed. It's like 11 p.m.
Oh my
I'm
God,
all
I was
comfy.
up playing. I could have played Halo at 11 p.m.
Oh, we should all play. It's
You
so
have my
fun.
fucking phone number. You have my email address. You have my Xbox Live gamer tag.
You're just
I'm
gonna pick
so
from the pool of people
I am-
online, though. You
I
don't
am
get
so-
people online.
The
That's
pool of
why-
people online. I'm the other person in this podcast.
You're appearing offline then.
I didn't see you online. I would have definitely, if I saw you online.
I don't
would've
ever
sent you a
see
message.
either of you online. Are Are you guys appearing online?
I'm definitely doing something. But what I was doing last night was I was in bed.
Everybody's appearing offline, but somehow I get left out. It's fine. I understand my place in this podcast family. I am at the bottom of the pile. I'm the one that you invite if nobody else is around. Andrew's too sick to play. Nick is taking care of the baby, and Eric's playing baseball. Maybe Gavin will hit me up if he can be bothered to remember my fucking phone number. I get it. Anyway, Andrew, you were saying something gross.
So, no, it's not gross. I was laying in bed, and you know when you have those, I don't know, I feel like this is relatable, where you're in bed, you're comfy, but you kind of have a thought of like, oh, what if I go down and do this instead? What if I get a snack? What if I get a drink of something?
Yeah.
But I'm so cozy, and you have that like real struggle, and I was like, you know what? It's fucking, we're getting into the winter season, my favorite time of year.
Yeah, you're battling the cozy war.
Some hot chocolate right now would be fucking delicious. What just a nice little cup of hot cocoa. Oh man, what a time. I was laying there. I had this fight in my head for 25 minutes. Do I get up? I'm so comfy. Do I get hot chocolate? I decide I'm going to go get some hot chocolate. So I go down. I get the milk going. It's nice and warm. I'm doing it all fancy. I got the marshmallows out.
Are you doing it in a pan?
I'm doing it in a pot. I'm like taking my time. I'm enjoying the experience. I got my
kettle is in the cupboard.
I got my the kettle is. There's so many people that want to fight me that is a kettle. It's the most ridiculous having to send product links. But anyway, the thing is being made. It's delicious. I got my tablet in one hand, whipped cream, marshmallow. It's hot. It's fantastic. I turn around. I take 4 steps. I drop my tablet, hit my forearm, shift my forearm, spill hot chocolate everywhere, largely on myself, burn my shoulder, just scorch my shoulder with hot milk. I got whipped cream on the ceiling. I got marshmallows on a pantry door.
How did it get so much velocity?
It flew everywhere. I don't know, Gavin, how it got so much velocity, but it went fucking everywhere.
Because as I've just learned, you've got high ceilings.
I do have high ceiling. It fucking flew. It flew everywhere. I burnt myself. The speaker on my tablet no longer works. I broke that in the hot chocolate. I had to clean everything up. My shirt's still in the kitchen. It's just there. I took the shirt off. It was covered in hot chocolate. Miserable. It was miserable. It was one of the worst hot chocolate experiences I've ever had. I cleaned everything up. I had a quarter of a cup left. I shot some whipped cream in there, and I just sat downstairs and watched Seinfeld sad, eating the remains of my hot chocolate. It was terrible. It's a miserable experience.
Making a night after all that effort, you didn't just make a new one?
No! I was broken. I was a broken man, Gavin. I was a burnt shoulder. I was picking marshmallows up off the floor. Having to put stuff in the garbage that you know is delicious is always crushing. I'm just sitting in the dark watching Seinfeld at 1 a.m. miserable.
And this is after we played Halo?
This is after. Yeah, this was like maybe 40 minutes after. My whole evening was ruined. I should have just stayed in bed. That's all I kept thinking about. I should have just stayed in bed. I gained nothing from this experience.
I got no whipped cream on any ceiling.
Fucking, it's the worst. It's terrible. It was, I've had a bad run.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened to you, man.
I feel like burning the shoulder only is a rare one. Like I could maybe it would get up to the shoulder if you like burnt your whole arm.
It only burnt a corner of my shoulder, and I luckily avoided the cat. That is like the biggest thing that I don't know how the cat didn't get hit by any of it. Avoided them.
Sam.
Yeah. You know that.
I know that.
You're aware of this cat.
20 years old.
Yes, she is. It's been, I don't know. It was a rough night in that regard. I'm just spilling shit all over the place. I've become a maple syrup guy. It's a big addition in my life. Really gotten into maple syrup recently. I was making some pancakes, took them upstairs. I was carrying a lot of stuff. I think my issue is I'm carrying too many things at once.
Well, yeah, you've always got a tablet in your hands.
I had like 6 different things in my hands, and I'm going to sit at my desk to eat my pancakes with a lot of maple syrup. And I put the plate on the bed for a minute. And then I think, oh, fuck, there's so much maple syrup on that. And I quickly grab it. Luckily, didn't come off. I was like, whoa, that could have been really bad. So I continue with the rest of my night, crawl into bed, ready to sleep, pull up the first blanket. It's drenched in maple syrup. Just coated in it. And I was like, fuck, it's 1 a.m. Like, I just want to go to bed. Fuck.
See, that's where our lines between acceptable and gross differ, because I don't want to put food in my bed. I don't want food anywhere near the bed.
No, it was just there for a moment. I put the plate down for a second because I had so many things in my hand to adjust to put other stuff on the desk, then I immediately grabbed the food from the bed. It was just at an angle. The plate was at an angle, and all the maple syrup poured off the pancakes onto the blanket.
So you were sticky.
It was all sticky. Both blankets were. I threw that off. I was like, well, at least I have another. Oh, no, this one's also fucking covered in maple syrup. I was just coated in it. My whole arm, everything. Terrible.
How did it get on the other blanket? It's so viscous, I wouldn't imagine it would go through quickly.
I think it just hit double coverage. I think it hit both of them at the same time, and I didn't see it. There was a lot of maple syrup on my plate, and I think it just slid off and coated 2 different blankets. And
I can never get maple syrup right. I feel like I'm putting too much on, and then I go to eat the pancakes, and suddenly it's all absorbed, and I'm like, where the hell did all the maple syrup go? I can't even taste it, and I put more. It's really hot. It's a surprisingly difficult condiment to get right, I feel like.
Really? I put zero thought into...
You just drown it.
Well, I'm not necessarily drowning it, but I've never been like, oh, that's too much or too little. It's like, that's just, I have maple syrup. That's interesting. I've never even considered the possibility of like loading too much on it.
Are you working on your pancake mix that you ordered? Is that where you get pancakes, or is this new mix?
I'm still going through my 70 pounds. I don't think I finished a 10-pound bag of it. I'm still working through it.
I totally forgot about that 70 pounds of...
Isn't it close to expiring?
I think it expires in 2023. I think I got some time. I think I'm good. But yeah, I've been working away. I'm almost done my first 10-pound bag. I'll gladly make you pancakes if you guys ever come over.
I'm so excited to come over.
Yeah, you can eat them in the tub, and you'll see.
Let's be sure to make it, when we do that, an official face event, so I get the invite too.
Oh, you're always invited, Geoff.
Am I? Was I invited to Halo for the last week? I had an interesting thought while I was listening to all these stories, and I was thinking about a fun bit we could do. Would be I could put out like a request and try to find some new or real friends who actually like me and want to spend time with me. I texted you guys at 10 o'clock this morning. You, Eric, and Gavin. Once again, nobody responded to me,
but
and it's becoming very clear to me.
It wasn't a question.
It wasn't a question.
It was a conversation starter. Do you ever text me?
Okay, this is the thing.
If you send a text saying today is going to be interesting on the day we record the podcast, all I'm thinking is, hell yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, that was my reaction too. I thought that was like exciting, save it for the show type thing.
And you thought, hell yeah,
shitting
fuck
my brains
him,
out.
and he doesn't deserve a reply. I was trying to start a conversation with you guys. My point being, it's very, very, and it's okay. It's okay because it's a day job. We all got to make our paychecks. I get it. We do. We have great on-screen chemistry. But I think a fun bit. I didn't have this in my notes because I just came up with this right now. But I think a fun, cool thing we could do is maybe I could like put out a call to the comment leavers and the regulation listeners that like, hey, I might want to play Halo with friends. I might want to text with people back and forth and have them respond to me within 3 or 4 days, like the last time I brought it up. Maybe there's some people out there who may not think, maybe think that there's some value in old Geoff as a friend, and maybe just want to have a conversation with me. If you're out there, let me know on Twitter or something. I'm currently in the market for at least 2 friends. I'm so lonely, and I don't have any friends to talk to. So, audience, hit me up.
We talk daily. What do you mean?
I don't feel like today is going to be interesting. G is what you texted the group text. I read that, Geoff, with excitement, thinking, oh, I don't want to ask about it in the text because I don't want to ruin what will happen on the show.
There's a huge risk with responding to the group chat. We could easily blow all of our reactions to something good. It's a massive risk, and I can't believe you're acting like it isn't.
It's
a huge risk.
See, the last time, I'm going to go back through our text a little bit, because Gavin and I talk daily. On Saturday, I texted Gavin, and I said, hey, text me back. Eventually you did. And then we talked about some stuff eventually. Then Sunday, November 7th, I sent you a video and I said, have you seen this? And you said, yeah.
Text me back. Eventually, I text you back. You text me at 9:24 a.m. I replied at 10:06. That's not eventually.
No,
that's fine.
That's pretty good.
Then the next time we talked on our daily talk was Sunday, November 7th. I sent you a video and I said, have you seen this? And then you said, yeah. And then I sent you a video on Sunday, or I sent you a text on the Sunday to ask how you were feeling. And then you responded. But at no point in any of... Oh, and then I said, again, I sent you another text to see how you were feeling. And at no point in any of these conversations did you reach out to me first. This is only me reaching out, desperate for a friend, getting 1 or 2 word answers, and then moving on with my life, and then trying again a week later.
I'm
Can't refute
I'm
that.
glad that we're talking about text messages.
This is awful. We were on the podcast on Monday. Well, that was another day we didn't need to text. I've been seeing so much of you.
Yeah, okay. Well, great.
Happy to do more, as always. I feel like if you're teeing up some good face stuff, the best thing to do is just to wait to hear it.
I think that was the misunderstanding in that text, Geoff. I think clearly it was about the colonoscopy that you're
I
going
was
through.
trying to talk to you guys about my thing, and then just nobody seemed interested in responding to me. So I thought, oh, well, I'm not going to burden them with my problems because they can't even be bothered to respond to me.
I was also at work. I was in the middle of a Let's Play. I'm not going to, I'm about to come out. I arrived home late, like 5 minutes after we started because I didn't have any time. I haven't even eaten yet. There's all these demands.
It's not a demand. It was like 5 hours ago. 4 hours ago I sent that text.
I was at work. I was in the video that you didn't go to.
We could, to be just completely honest, we could have recorded 10 hours from now. I still wouldn't have responded because I thought it was show related. I thought it was like, ooh, exciting thing for the show.
All right, that's fine.
It doesn't have to be a question for me.
I rescind everything I've said then. You guys are the best. I look forward to playing Halo with you constantly. It sounds like we do it all the time. You know what I look forward to? Somebody texting me first one day.
I texted you yesterday.
You texted me first yesterday and then started a conversation with me and then disappeared. And then when I said, hey, what's up, man? Are you going to tell me that thing? You said, oh, never mind. I had the conversation with Gavin. I don't want to have it with you again.
We need to talk. So this was massive texting.
I'll fucking read it.
No, please do, because this is a whole... You have no idea how like bad I felt. I felt bad on so many levels, and this has happened before, but it's the first time I've been trapped.
You texted me out of the blue, which I appreciated. It was and you said, I have an idea, and I said, go on. And then I didn't hear from you for, 3 minutes. And then you responded to me and you said, I hate myself. And then you said, I told it all to Gavin. And I said, okay, should I go? And I was like, okay, so should I ask Gavin for the information then? And you go, no, I'm not going to tell you. Just save it for the show.
We'll do it for the show.
Okay.
We can have Gavin.
So even when you're texting me, even when you're trying to have a conversation with me, you're not. You're doing it with someone else. You're doing it with Gavin. Let's just cut me out of the conversation completely.
Absolutely not. Let's just. I want you to hear my position on this, my perspective. I texted you that thing, and I was so excited to talk to you about it, Geoff. Like genuinely, I was like, oh, I can't wait to talk to Geoff. Hear his opinion. I value it. He's so funny. He's a creative guy. I can't wait. This is gonna be so wonderful. I text you, you reply. I had gotten a text from Gavin earlier in the day. You're both G's on my phone. You both have the same icon because of that, like the default G Google thing. I accidentally then clicked Gavin, and I sent like 7 or 8 texts explaining and outlining this idea with a link. And then I realized, oh, fuck. I sent all of these to Gavin.
Too hard to copy and paste back to me.
Well, because I thought it'd be funnier on the show to have Gavin then explain to you my idea. But
Gavin, could you explain to me Andrew's idea? I've been waiting for days to hear it.
From what I've seen, you watch 10 hours of Betty White and you get paid $1,000 or something.
So the idea was, we've talked about before on the show, budget, porta potty budget, dumb budget. We need a budget. I came across this absurd contest, if you want to call it that. It's like Betty White is in no way affiliated with it or endorsed by it, but it's this insurance company that is like, hey, if you can prove you're the biggest Betty White fan, we will give you $1,000 and a DVD player and some DVDs, and you have to document yourself watching 10 hours of Betty White. And that's the contest. The contest is them trying to find the biggest Betty White fan. to then have social media like document their experience of watching this content. I don't think anyone's gonna fucking enter that thing. And I feel like we could just take over random contests and win them, and that is how we could fund this show. We just need to win these things. I also thought it'd be really funny if on our YouTube channel, just a random video out of nowhere comes out of one of us talking about how much they love Betty White and why she's so great. And then so like there's a week where the audience will be like, why is Geoff or whatever talking about Betty White with like no context?
So all we'd have to do is make that before this comes out.
All we would have to do is before the contest ends on the 22nd for submission. So the audience in no way can impact this in any way. They can't apply. They will hear after the fact. And I don't think anyone will apply. So I think if we apply and include a video of the application, I think we might be able to win the Betty White Dream Job contest.
I sounds awesome to me. I like the idea of entering random contests that nobody else enters and wins. I know we know somebody associated with Rooster Teeth who used to do that and had a lot of success with it.
I remember I listened to a game podcast and they talked about how running like a gaming website in the mid 2000s, they used to have these huge contests where it was like, if you could submit in the greatest like PSP guide or whatever for this thing, you will win a car through this promo that they're doing. And nobody had the ability to capture footage at that point, or like just the barriers to entry were so hard, they'd have like 4 people enter for a new car. And it was just like a constant thing where it's like, it was such a small thing. I think if we target these weird, bizarre contests, we could just rack up the wins.
I'm just so confused at this contest. Like everyone applies, and if you're like, and then they select only one person to watch 10 hours from like various pre-provided DVDs. And then you get $1,000. So all they get out of this is one person doing like a bit of social media about Betty White.
Yeah, but what I really love is when you read the details of the contest, there's a very clear line that Betty White has no affiliation or support of this. She in no way endorses this in any way. I don't know how they came to the decision of doing this Betty White thing, but I don't think anyone will enter. And I think we could take it over. And even if we don't get selected, I think we could hijack the Betty White thing. If they've got like a hashtag or whatever, we could just take over the hashtag.
I feel like I could easily watch 10 hours of Golden Girls. That's some good shit.
Is that your favorite Betty White content?
That's the only Betty White I've seen.
What's better than Golden Girls? This is one of the best shows of all time.
Lake Placid. Great.
That's a good movie, but what are you going to watch Lake Placid 6 times?
I could easily watch Lake Placid 6 times. She's feeding the thing.
Well, don't spoil the fucking movie for people who haven't seen it.
Oh, I'm sorry. You haven't had time to see Lake fucking Placid.
Lake Placid is a very good movie. It's also got what's his face in it?
Oliver Platt.
Oliver Platt.
And that?
Yeah.
He's great in it. Yeah. I don't know if it's an intentional, and it must be the greatest gag in that movie is one of the characters keeps falling into traps set for the crocodile or whatever, alligator. What is it? Is it crocodile or alligator? I never know. I always confuse this.
I think it's probably an alligator because I think it's freshwater.
Yeah.
Because it's Lake Placid.
People are always trying to figure out if it's an alligator or a crocodile. In what situation does it ever matter?
That's a great point too, Gav. Crocodiles are bigger than alligators. That's the only difference.
I mean, they'll both rip your arm off.
Yeah, I
feel like Jeopardy would matter. Trivia shows. Side of that.
I guess if Mayim Balak is asking you, it matters.
Could we sign up for this? Can we just enter the Betty White?
Do it, dude. Who's stopping us?
Well, I can't do it because it has to be a U.S. It has to be somebody in the U.S. I'm blocked.
We'll talk to producer Eric. He'll do it.
Eric, are you going to sign up for us? Or are you going to be our Betty White ambassador?
No, Nick can do it. He's not busy.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You think you're more busy than Nick?
Yeah.
Immediately mutes.
Nick says, "Are you sure?"
Well, wait a second. Everyone was just talking about the joy of being able to spend 10 hours watching Betty White, and then when it comes time to sign up, everyone's suddenly busy.
I'll watch Betty White. I don't want to fill out a fucking
I'll watch the Betty White. I just don't think I can pull off a good video explaining why I love Betty White.
Okay, well, I'll fill out the form on your behalf, Geoff. Is that okay?
I don't understand. Like your grand vision here is for me to enter a contest for you to win.
For us to win. No, the show, we spend the money on the budget for the show.
This is how we enter in the contest, and then you spend the money that we win that you don't. Where you don't do the thing to win.
It becomes the community pool. This is view it this way. We're winning a porta potty, essentially, is the prize of this.
This is great. Because we don't ever get given money for anything, and all of the sales money for the billion ad reads on these videos and an audio files don't come to us either. They all go in the pocket of sales. This could be it's all going to be contest-winning budget.
This is interesting. That's a really good way to look at it, Gav. Yeah. What could we do with $1,000 after taxes?
Exactly.
What could we do with $700? It's prize winning, so it's probably taxed to the moon. What could we do with $630?
This is just the start, okay? We start cleaning up.
No, I'm thinking like we could buy a surfboard. I bought a surfboard once for $600.
Really?
They probably cost about that. We could buy a surfboard. I'm not trying to be a dickhead here. I'm being serious. I'm trying to think of what we could spend $600, $700 on. There's a lot.
You could repair your bike?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh.
I don't want to open up that whole can of worms. I got bike problems, man. Jet ski rental, that's $600 would be 2 jet skis for 3 hours, right? We could do that.
That'd be pretty good.
That'd be pretty good. Or 3 jet skis for 2 hours. That might be even better.
Oh yeah, then Andrew could have his own.
Absolutely.
Ooh, I like this plan.
I assume you don't want to share with me.
This could fund the Joust.
That's
Nick's
what I'm
right.
saying.
That's a great idea, Nick.
Betty White's Joust Fund.
Ooh. We have to call it the Regulation Betty White Joust Fund. Something along those lines.
If we can, I will recant now and say if I don't like the idea of the joust, but if the Betty White contest does fund it, then I'm on board and will do whatever it takes in order to win this money.
Okay. I just love the idea of this company sending the check. The Betty White Joust Fund at Face, a subsidiary of Unifarm.
Well, technically, it's a subsidiary of Fluke Face, which is an arm of Unifarm.
So let me
combining the power of one with the power of the form. Unifarm.
So now we just need a video, Geoff, explaining why Betty White is so great.
We can do that, but we need to watch the 10 hours of content first. I was gonna say
but we don't get
no.
We don't get to watch it.
We need
don't you need to watch some content to remind yourself of how great Betty White is?
No.
You think you're just gonna shoot? You think you're just gonna spit hot Betty White takes from the hip without like refamiliarizing yourself with any of her content? You're gonna have to dip your toe into Betty White a little bit before you make the video.
I'm not sure about that. I don't know.
I mean, if only to watch your favorite scene of Lake Placid so you can quote a moment. You don't want to sound like your idea is very sound and very good. And even though I am operating at about I think I'm down to about 36% right now, and just loopy as fuck. Even at this diminished capacity, I can see the potential. I think it's a fantastic idea. But I think if you want to, like, I do think we should enter this. I do think we should try to win. I do think there won't be a ton of people. I also don't think it'll be a walk through the park. I do think other people will, and we'll have to put some level of effort in. And I think that we're going to have to come across as actual Betty White fans or stans.
I agree with all that. Okay.
I mean, could we all dress up as the Golden Girls?
That's an idea. See, that's thinking outside the box.
I don't know how, there's no way I could submit that in the form.
I want to be Sophia.
What if we dress up instead? Well, we can dress up as our favorite Golden Girls, but then it's about more than Betty. What if we all dress up as our favorite Betty White from her career? Like Gavin, you could be Rose Nyland, right?
Okay.
And Andrew, you could be the Crocodile or the Alligator or Betty White from Lake Placid, and I'll pick a Betty White from some other what is it? It's what is that show she had? It's like Hot in
Cleveland?
Hot in Cleveland. Never seen it, but I'll familiarize myself with Hot in Cleveland, and I'll be that Betty White character.
I love this. I'm glad that there's support. I wish that I would have texted the right person the entire way through yesterday.
Maybe I'll hold up a collection of things that Betty White is older than, such as the ballpoint pen.
That's
I don't understand.
Dagger.
Why?
What else came out since?
No, that's a great thing. No, here's your take on this, Gavin.
Electric can opener.
Betty White. Here's your thing right now.
Country music.
Betty White is such an institutional, like such a national what's the word I'm looking for here? Treasure. A national treasure. She should be, when she dies, there should be, she should be interned in the Smithsonian. Her career she is still at the top of her game at 90x years old, right? Her career has spanned so much time. She has been she's been entertaining millions of audience members since before the electric can opener, since before the ballpoint pen. These are great ways to show not only the longevity of her brilliant career, but our knowledge of it. This is what's going to win us the contest. Shit like that, Gavin. That's smart.
Dude, number 1, sliced bread.
She's older than sliced bread.
That means sliced bread is the best thing since Betty White.
Sliced bread is the best thing since Betty White. That's a t-shirt. Yell too much.
I think other people must have made that observation already.
Why are we not mentioning the high five? And we're just talking about things that she's older than. She's way older than the high five.
Jeff's older than the high five, according to your bullshit.
Yeah,
it's not my bullshit. It's just a historic fact. You don't know about history? Coming at Dusty Baker? He didn't know what to do, Gavin. Can you imagine the pressure of seeing a hand and not knowing what to do with it? Your product didn't exist yet.
Oh, speaking of things that Betty White is older than, if we ever, this is the problem with, like, not all of the content that I have, we haven't touched anything on my list, nor do I think we will. But a lot of it isn't evergreen, and one of those things is, Andrew, your fucking Nugget challenge, I pulled some stats. I don't know if they're relevant anymore, but I pulled some stats of like all-time. Oh, my God.
You okay?
How do I undo? I just deleted all of my notes.
Oh, you didn't.
What in the fuck just
Are you on
happened?
your phone?
Okay, I got it back. Okay, that was weird.
I just deleted face by accident.
I did, yeah. I wanted to list, well, like I said, guys, diminished capacity, and let's be honest. You've known me for a long time. My capacity hasn't been minished. Like at my best, I'm never very minish. So we want to look at best performances of all time. Now, obviously, Wilt Chamberlain has the highest scoring game of all time. He scored 100 points in 1961 versus the Knicks. The second highest points total by NBA players, Kobe Bryant with 81. Then we have some other people, like I'd never heard of David Thompson. He was a Denver Nugget though, and he scored 73 points. Although I'm not sure if that's correct because that's different on my other list. Anyway, but that puts you in the same category as Michael Jordan. His career high is 69. Ooh. Pistol Pete Maravich 68. Devin Booker had that terrible game with 70 against the Celtics. Nobody wants to remember that. Anyway, and then a bunch of Wilt Chamberlain doing it over and over and over and over again. But you scored what? 62 was where you were, Geoff? Or
no, I think I was like 57.
No, you were in the 60s. You were in the 60s.
I was in the 60s. Okay.
It was 62 or 67.
Okay. I've kind of blocked that whole thing from my memory.
You have scored more points in your one NBA game than Stephen Curry, whose career high is only 62. Carmelo Anthony, career high is only 62. The great Tracy McGrady, only 62. Damian Lillard has only scored 61 points in his career. James Harden has only scored 61 points in his career. Did it twice, though. LeBron James, highest scoring game of his NBA career, 61 points. Those are all people you bested in your first and only NBA game. That is, so Eric is right. That is rarefied air.
Is that I am more qualified than LeBron James to make another Space Jam movie. If they make a Space Jam 3, my credentials are more deserving than whatever he's done in his career.
They're definitely up there. I mean, to say that's an impressive list is an understatement. Not only that, this might be where I saw it. According to the internet, the highest scoring regular season game by a Denver Nugget was Kiki Vanderway. He scored 51 points. So you've kicked the shit out of you trout like the Nuggets in the history of their franchise have nobody that they can put up against you.
Eric just said Andrew's a hell of an athlete. You guys haven't even seen me do the sewing machine yet. That's really going to blow some minds. That's going to turn some heads.
I don't know if you're a hell of an athlete, but you're a hell of an eat-fleet.
I'm telling you, the sewing machine
is a word I hope I just made up. Eat-fleet.
Ethlete?
Eat fleet.
But I feel like I'm a terrible ethlete.
Why do you think you're a terrible athlete?
Because going against any of the people that are athletes, like a Joey Chestnut, a Kobayashi, whatever, I got no chance. But I feel like going against athletes in the athletic world, my numbers are pretty good. I feel like I have to stay in the athlete territory. The moment I go in the athlete, I'm at the bottom of the pile.
Dude, Devin Booker, to my knowledge, Devin Booker is the only player playing in the NBA right now who has outscored you. That's fucking crazy.
How many did he get? How many did he get?
He got 70 against the Celtics like 3 years ago.
I'll fucking destroy Devin Booker. I'll take him out.
But can you though? Because you stopped shy of that.
Yeah, but there's a difference mentally when you're trying to eat 120 nuggets as opposed to 71. That's a big gap. That's a big difference. I could definitely use 71. I can make that work. And we're not doing this for a while. This is going to be months from now. I need to get back into nugget shape, nugget form, nugget mentality. I need to work my way back. It takes a lot to do these.
And what kind of things will you be doing to prepare?
Absolutely nothing. It's just more of a time and forgetting how bad it was.
Like a reset.
Yeah, just like once enough time passes where I fully forget everything. And then there will be an evening where I'm like, fucking Devin Booker's going down. I'm going to wake up at 4 a.m. one day and just say, Devin Booker's time is over. I am dethroning Devin Booker.
Yeah, you gotta wait for the nugget confidence to hit you. I understand that.
Yeah.
You'll be cozy in bed and then you'll think, now's the time. Should I get up and do nuggets?
Oh, man.
I'll throw nuggets all over myself.
Do you know Eric's giving us the wrap up sign, and we got to because we got to record another one. I'll be honest with you, I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it to the next one, but I the last like 5 minutes I've started to feel a little bit better. So maybe I can. I do want to let you guys know on something that we missed this week that I think could have been spectacular.
Okay.
But Eric shot it down. Tomorrow, as we know, I'm getting my colonoscopy. To get my colonoscopy, if you've never gotten one, it's not a fun process. You can't eat for a bunch of days. You get on a liquid diet. You have to drink a bunch of weird shit that tastes gross that makes you shit and puke constantly. I have to drink like after we're done, I have to go drink 46 ounces of liquid in like an hour.
Is that just so they meet no resistance on the way up?
Well, you have to rest your colon, so you can't have any food go through that could agitate it or fill it up. In my case, I have diverticulosis, so I have those little pockets all over. So you got to flush out your system, like kind of shock it out, and then you have to keep it clean and clear, because even like colored food, anything with a dye like red Gatorade can look like blood to a camera. And so it's not a fun process. And then they make you take a bunch of special liquids that extra clear you out, right? Like you've never taken a laxative like you've taken when you go for a colonoscopy. Anyway, it's like Nick says awful. Like I'm assuming Nick has had a colonoscopy before. I have as well. This is my second. So it's not my first rodeo. I kind of know what to expect. But I thought it would be great. We need to do a face break shit. I wanted to do it tomorrow after the colonoscopy. I wanted to go from the hospital to the break shit all looped up on, because they knock me out, right? Like they give you drugs. I'm all loopy. I'm all fucking dumb. It's like a truth serum. I won't be able to, I would have just been wackadoo for hours. And Eric was like, absolutely not. I was ready to do it. He said it right there.
There is no way that I'm going to put Geoff on camera after an outpatient surgery.
You already did it.
Well,
What?
10 years ago. I did it 10 years ago.
I am not doing that. I am not doing that. We're not doing it tomorrow after he gets all the stuff inside of him, and then it's no, absolutely not. No. Geoff carries that show and goes like, here's interesting facts about the cards. I don't even know what it would be.
I don't either. That's what would be so much fun.
Pack a card and puts in a dollop of drool lands
Yeah,
on it.
100%.
I have no idea. What facts would I come up with fucking blitzed out of my mind on hospital drugs? I have no idea. It would have been so much fun. But I respect that Eric. Ultimately, I think Eric's looking out for me, and I think he's maybe not necessarily looking out for the show, because I think it would be great for the show, but I do appreciate Eric looking out for me. But I also would love to have done it.
Insane.
That would have been great.
Insane.
Show must go on and all.
It does. Should we talk about the jet ski stuff? The big merch drop. Have we talked about that already?
I don't think we have. Let's. Why don't you cover that and then we'll wrap this up.
Okay, well, I feel like it's really, you're as the big jet ski guy, I was excited to share with you. Did you see, I'd be shocked if you did, this is a big week for jet ski news. It was a great jet ski week.
Is it?
It's a good story. There's a big story. I'll drop in the chat. There were some there's flooding in BC right now. Farmers hopped on some jet skis, saved some cows.
Oh my
jet skiing
God.
around.
Wait, how do you get a cow on a jet ski? Did they tow
No,
the
they
cows?
didn't put the cow. No, they were like guiding them using the jet
they were
skis.
herding.
Like they were, yeah, they were herding them.
They were sheep
to
jet
help
skis.
them. Yeah.
When we go jet skiing, we should play a game of chase where one of us is dressed up as a sheep and the other is dressed as a cow.
I mean, Geoff did something similar. Instead of a cow, though, it was a dead bloated deer.
I guess this is true. That was so gross.
It was a great week for jet skis. And we have jet ski merch coming out on November 29th, I believe.
Celebrate the cows. Buy jet ski merchandise for Face on, where did it fucking go? On November 29th at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Cyber Monday. Fill up your cyber coffers with jet ski related merchandise and pay homage to those brave farmers in Canada who saved those cows with the power of jet.
Yes. That is exactly why we're doing jet ski merch. It is to honor the Canadian farmers.
Yes.
There's no history or appreciation for jet skis on this show. I still haven't been on a jet ski. That is
We've got to get you on one.
That is a moment I'm excited to experience. I'm ready for my life to change.
Do you think you'll go 60 miles an hour?
I think I will probably have an experience like you did where I will be just like doing little speed, little crawling almost across the water, and then I'll get into it and we'll be flying.
In other merch news, scrumping is dead apparently, according to the merch channel.
It is.
All the scrumping signs, no scrumping signs are sold out.
Yeah, they were like fucking gone. See ya. So I guess that's it for that.
They were made out of plastic. I was imagining a nice solid metal sign.
Was it a plastic sign?
Apparently it's a plastic no scrumping sign, which originally greatly disappointed me because I never actually touched one. But then I just thought, well, that's definitely face.
Well, I see what you're saying. In my head, it was like one of those metal signs you would see like posted next to a farm or whatever on the side of the road. But I did go to Lowe's the other day and I did look at some signs, like no soliciting signs, and most of them were the same material as the scrumping sign. So I think it might be a situation where the industry has moved on in our heads.
That's very fair. I cannot remember the last time I went sign buying, so I can't say that I'm really regularly in the market and know what the typical experience is.
The plastic sign is pretty commonplace these days.
Okay, good to know.
It's never mind.
That being said, I hope you got one because I don't think we're making any more. I think this was a special thing. So for all you that didn't get it, I pray for your apples.
Well, what if we brought back all of our limited items for RTX next time we do it?
Like unlimited RTX?
Yeah, like if... Wait, what?
Wait.
Well, because they're unlimited for RTX if we bring them all back. Like we're unlimiting.
Well, it'd be re-limited, but at RTX.
Still limited.
Are you asking, should we just make all of our collectible items no longer collectible at RTX? Is that what you're presenting?
Yeah, we're unlimiting it.
I don't know. I just worry about our ability to let people know that merch is coming out. And by the time we've mentioned it, it's already out. And
we just did a great job. We let people know about the farmers and the jet skis. We're doing great.
Let's just be better.
Scrumping signs were long out before we mentioned it.
That is true. But
we could have handled the scrumping thing better. We are victims of our own recording schedule more than anything.
And your colon.
And Andrew's illness. Yeah, I mean we've all had to cancel shows.
Gavin, how big is a sack? Would you say? How many apples do you think should fit in a sack? If you're gonna, what's the minimum?
40.
40. Okay, we're on the same.
A sack is probably the biggest size that you can sling over your shoulder and still carry around without being weighed down.
I agree. When I think sack, I think like Santa Claus. I think of a giant bag.
I have
a bag with swag written on it.
I have in my head, and I'll be honest with you, because I can't tell. I got, this is, and Eric will end, but we'll wrap it up with this. In the notes that I never got to of the 4,000 things to talk about, a lot of them are Apple related, if I'm being honest with you.
Oh.
And it's given me pause. And I want to ask before we go down this road, are we nearing the end of our Apple related content, or do we continue down this road? Because I was going to build a prototype for an unscrumpable, lockable apple sack that you could string over your shoulder that holds one apple with a strap, and then it's locked in some way so it's like an unscrumpable apple you bring on the go with you. I say apple sack just because apple sack sounds good, but it would only hold one. It doesn't hold 40.
To be honest, that's incredible because my next prototype, I was going to invent the apple pocket.
What is... Okay.
After the grief I got last week about no one storing an apple in their pocket. I'm going to make a dedicated pocket.
I love it.
I don't... This is...
I love it. We're sticking with apples, baby. I love it. I can't wait. Let's end this podcast so we can talk more about apples.
Oh, I can't wait.
I just like this is like phase 2 of the FCU, is the apple phase. We've already gone through.
The
We're done with baseball. That was phase 1.
No! Baseball will come back. You can't give up on Zimmer. Zimmer's
Oh,
out.
He was introduced in phase 1, but he's obviously going to be.
End it.
Holy shit, we gotta stop.
No, one more thing. No more things.
We gotta
That's it.
stop. We gotta stop because I want to talk to you guys about Zimmer. All right.
Okay.
Love you guys. But hey, if you ever find yourself,
Geoff woke up.
if you ever find, I feel a little better now. I said, if you ever find yourselves thinking like, oh, I haven't talked to Geoff in a year. I've ignored him and I've never played video games with him. Maybe give him a ring. He's not doing anything. I promise. Thanks for listening to Face.
We've only played twice.
Goodbye.